Hi friends, it's time for our story. Now remember I told you we were going to read a story about a store? Well, this is it. There's a little girl and the title is We Keep a Store, which means they own a store. How cool would that be to have your own store? Well, she has all kinds of stuff in this store. It's not just your everyday store. She's got some really neat stuff. So let's find out what she has. Again, our title is We Keep a Store. It's written by Anne Shelby, and the paintings, because that's what these are, they're paintings, are by John Ward. So our title again is We Keep a Store. And right now we know it is really important to have a store to be able to go and get food and other things. So here is their store. And here is where they live up here. And they walk down this path and come to their store. I think that would be pretty cool to have. And here's the family. And it says, we keep a store. It sits right in our front yard. So whenever we need anything, all we have to do is walk across the yard to the store and get it. I would love to have a Walmart in my front yard. I just don't want to have to pay for anything. So here she is, popping her head out. We don't even have to pay ourselves for it. That's one good thing about keeping a store. I think that is a very good thing about keeping a store. In a corner behind the counter, there's a cardboard box. When a customer wants candy, my mom scoops with a scooper into the box and comes up with gumdrops and lemon drops and creams. And she slides the candy into a paper sack and weighs it on a big white scale. Sometimes she has to take a little out or put a few more pieces in. So that's not like our candy we buy today, is it? It's different. So here she is, scooping the candy out. And here she is on the scale in the little bag. Is that how you buy your candy? No, we go and choose our candy. It's not all mixed together like that. There's certain places that still have it like that. But most of the time when we go get candy, we buy a bar. And Miss Mozingo's is usually chocolate. When she isn't looking, I eat a piece of candy right out of that box. That's another good thing about keeping a store. So here is Mama. Here's the person, the little boy buying the candy. And look, here she is. Look at that big box of candy. She only took one piece. I think that would be pretty awesome. My mother figures out what to order from the big grocery store. When the truck arrives, my father slits the box open with his big knife. I help stack the cans. So here's Mama. She's working and figuring out what is needed. And then here's Daddy opening the boxes. And look, she's helping. That's a good helper. Helping to stack the cans. I bet you that's something you can do when Mommy and Daddy go to the grocery store. Bring home the cans. You could probably stack them too. Excuse me. Here's our little family. Does anybody know what this is called? It's not what they look like anymore. It's called a cash register. That's where they put all the money that they get. They put it in there and it helps them to make change. We all wait on customers and put money into the cash register and count out change. We work together. That's another good thing about keeping a store. Look, the whole family is there helping. But our customers don't come just to buy things. They come to visit too. In winter, the men circle chairs around the stove and tell long stories about the old days when wolves and bears and foxes roamed the country. And look, so they're telling the story. And there they are around the stove that's nice and warm. And look, here's their imagination. Do you think those things are really there? They're using their imagination as they tell the story. That sounds like an exciting story. Sometimes they tease me. You ought to get married, they'd say. Leroy here would make a good husband. Leroy stares at his shoes. My face turns hot red, like the coals in that stove. You think Leroy likes the teasing? What does his face tell you? He's embarrassed. He doesn't like it either. Look at her face. She doesn't like it either. She's upset. But they're just having some fun. In the summer, they move their chairs outside and whittle. This curls till there's curls of cedar shavings piled up around their shoes. So whittling is when they take a piece of wood and a knife and carve the piece of wood into something. So here they all have their knives and their wood, and they're carving it out and making something. Look at all the shavings. Those are the things that they don't need are landing on the ground. Their children play with me in the field beside the store. We play kick the can or hide and go seek or something we just make up, like chase that chicken or see who's the first to fall into the creek. Ooh, that doesn't sound like a very good story, a very good game. Falling into the creek, get all wet. I hope it's warm enough for that. Chase the chicken? That's got to be pretty hard. Finally, toward dark, a grown-up hollers for the children to come on in. It's time to go home. Y'all come back, my father tells them. And they answer, we'll be back. And there they are driving away in their trucks. And here's the family. Where are they going? Up here on the hill. Do you remember what's up there? Their home. That's right. Their home is up on the hill. And they follow that path to their store. Good job. I heard you. And they mean it too. That's the best thing about keeping a store. But they're going to come back, and she's going to have someone to visit with tomorrow. I hope you liked our story about keeping a store. We have a special assignment on Dojo about painting rocks. If you are able to join us, I'm going to paint a rock, and my children are going to paint a rock, and we're going to take them to the ECEC by Friday so that they can be added to Bella's stone garden. So I hope you can help us out. You can paint them or use crayons or markers, however you want to do it. But we hope that everyone participates. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Read Aloud.